The U.S.D.A. defines food insecurity as a lack of consistent access to enough food for an active, healthy life. It's an unwanted condition shared by almost 40 million Americans and more than 11 million children. It's always been an issue in Oklahoma. And as Jason Doyle reports, the problem is as acute right now as it's ever been.
So how many families do we have here? Three.
Tulsa-based Food on the Move has been working hard since the pandemic struck Oklahoma to keep people fed.
And this is week number 40 right now. And so far we have handed out over 3 million pounds of produce in Tulsa food deserts since COVID began.
The demand for food distribution events like this one have only increased since COVID caused disruptions throughout the state's economy.
As you can see behind us, you already looked, it's not even 5 o'clock yet. The cars have lined up. We have over 100 cars here already.
The Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma is also seeing new faces ask for help during this pandemic.
We're seeing, 30% of the folks that we see are new to hunger, definitely pushing out more food. And thankfully, because of the U.S.D.A. products that were being provided, we're pushing out really nutritious food.
Food on the Move was started by one of Tulsa's favorite sons.
So Taylor Hansen actually founded Food on the Move in 2014, and he did. His mentor, Ambassador Perkins, the first African-American ambassador to South Africa, that's the person who inspired Taylor to start Food on the Move.
In addition to handing out produce, dairy, dry goods, and proteins, Food on the Move partners with restaurants like Sweet Lisa's Cafe.
Partnering with Food on the Move has been a win-win situation. It definitely has helped add to our business anywhere from 25 to 30%. We've been able to keep our current staff without cutting nothing on the payroll. And also with the community, the lines, I was just amazed initially of how big, and so there is definitely a need.
Food on the Move is a partner with the Community Bank of Eastern Oklahoma.
Pre-pandemic, the food bank distributed about 2.5 million pounds of food each and every month. Since the pandemic, we have consistently distributed more than 3 million pounds a month, with some months getting as high as 4 million pounds.
Community Food Bank CEO Lori Long says while food donations have been down this year, financial contributions have stayed strong.
Because we've had such positive financial contributions, it allows us then to purchase more food in order to make up for the fact that the food donations have declined. So we have purchased more food than we ever have before.
The increased demand for help with food is also demonstrated by the demand for the state's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP.
From March 16th through mid-April, in just that 1 month time period alone, we saw that number of daily applications nearly triple. And so we really had a mountain of need that happened overnight.
Congress's authorization of emergency allotments allowed DHS to help families suddenly finding themselves in need.
What this allowed us to do was to issue the maximum benefit for the household size for the SNAP household. Normally, as your income gets closer to the income threshold or the income limit, the amount of SNAP benefits that you receive goes down.
Another food resource is the Meals on Wheels program. Sherry Spencer's father-in-law, Melvin Spencer, no longer drives, so the family convinced him to try it.
Initially, when we approached him with this, he didn't know if he wanted help. He's a proud man, and he was like, well, I can figure something out. And I said, well, let's give it a try and just see. And it was a hit. From day one, it was a hit.
Spencer says she's thankful that St. Luke's Methodist Church was there for her father-in-law with the Meals on Wheels program. And he really likes the food.
I actually was talking to my father-in-law and asking him about what he liked about the program and the meals. And he said he loves the chicken. He loves anything with chicken and beef.
We have more people who are calling and asking how they can participate and become a client of Meals on Wheels. So we know that in our senior population, the need continues to grow.
Obviously, there's a need out there, but in the age of COVID and as we approach the holidays, are we seeing an increased need for food?
Absolutely. We have really seen a increased need for food, both in the community as we've gone out into the community and we see the lines get longer and longer, and we see many times the same people come back week in and week out. We know that the need is great.
From drive-through events like Food on the Move to using Embark in Oklahoma City to get meals to homebound senior citizens, food security agencies have been creative in getting people connected to food sources during the pandemic.
It's become a change and we've had to get creative about it. But in the end, it is all about our mission, which is making sure that people do not go to bed hungry at night.
Jason Doyle, the Oklahoma News Report.